Today we are previewing the latest update for the Crew 2. You know I love when a Crew 2 update rolls around, so let's dive in. This is what it contains: 9 new events, new cars, that one looks super sick, and of course a brand new motor pass. Once again, a massive shout out to Ubisoft for giving me early access to this very update, and of course we have to wait for all of these awards to come through. It takes a while.
3 hours later.
Of course, we're going to jump straight into what's available with the motor pass.
Incredible experience alongside the Forsberg team.
Yeah, I did pretty good.
The Winter of Fury.
The Winter of
Fury. To enjoy a whole new episode.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen the press pack, but the ice looks awesome. You already know they've just reintroduced the new textures and stuff. Look how this is just pure ice, and I'm genuinely looking forward to giving this a go. Wait, what?
Mr. Edgar T.O. Martin.
What the heck? We got all the like main characters in here? It is. That's pretty cool. Oh, I want that RX-3.
Exclusive cars for you to earn.
Look how wide that Viper is. Will I become
Master of Masters?
Heck yeah.
Beat them all.
Give me a prize. The Dominion Frozen. I guess I spent all the money on Forsberg. So there's a new DeLorean. I think we already had this, didn't we? But this is a modified version.
In the motor pass.
That's pretty cool.
And in real life.
Wait, I'm so confused. I was like, hang on. So here we go. The premium motor pass is required, but for the new actual car, it's not. So that's pretty cool. I do appreciate when they do that. So big props to Ivory. Again, this is not my money. This is Ivory's money. So I'm literally going to go for the full pass, the full shebang, and I'm just going to spend all the crew credits to unlock literally everything because I need to see what this game has. Alrighty then. So this says free, which makes me think maybe, okay, maybe there was a little yeah. And then we've also got this is required at level 37. That is so wide. I really kind of want to drive that. That is probably one of the coolest special versions of a car in a good while. Oh, there's also something returning. So normally they give us access to all the vehicles from the go. Aha! The Mitsubishi Eclipse Star Edition is apparently now purchasable. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. All right, let's jump into the SRT Viper. Oh my god, look how wide this thing is. And I definitely for the Crew 3 need to switch over to playing on PC. It plays and looks so much better, man. Before we jump into the HQ and have a look at some of the stuff, we should probably see what the events are like. This is a street race event, so I can probably get to using my new Viper, which I very much want to. Now, I normally don't agree with the kind of rehashing of cars in games, but considering this is free and also it's super wide-bodied, I'm not going to complain, that's for sure. All right, here we go. This looks so good. Wet roads, you already know, look amazing. There's just something about it. They just always, all demos of racing games that are good-looking games are always shown in the wet, and we know exactly why. It's those graphics mods videos. They do it too. But I love how mega wide this thing is. So straight away, just to tell you a little bit how this is playing. So the snow and ice design, the texture has been changed. Of course, it was changed in the previous update with the graphics overhaul. So now it makes sense to show off the snow in its like best light it's been since the Crew 1. Better than the Crew 1, I would say. They're actually going to be hosting an event where me and a bunch of other creators... Well, me and a bunch of other creators are going to be going head-to-head to set the best times, and we're going to be giving rewards to you guys, which is super cool. I love when games have things like that. But from what I've been told so far, the idea as of right now is to reward you guys with some crew credits, which is, of course, I'm gonna win for you. You're in the right place. Pants, support the Pants Man. Let's go. Hashtag Team Pants. It's so damn wide, man. Oh, I genuinely really impressed with how this looks and plays. It definitely feels like I'm sliding a little bit. Of course, this Viper, well, it's big and wide. It's also one of the new cars, so you know it's kind of been designed and tested, ready to give a go at these terrains. But I'd obviously be really curious to see how it would work, especially with some of the older car handling models, because it feels a little bit different to the normal ice feel. I feel a little bit more grippy. That was good fun. Thank you very much. And honestly, the voice acting, so far, quite impressed with it. It seems a little bit nicer than normal is what I'll say. And across the line, look at that, beat the time. About 16 seconds. That's very big numbers in car land. See, normally I'll turn off Hero, but listen, I gotta listen to what the new big man says. So like previously, there's new playgrounds to explore. This is, I imagine, one of them. And if they're not new, they've been updated and there's new ways to play them, which of course is to do with the snow, or the ice events is what it's basically, I'm gonna call them ice events. These are icy events. Now, I've not yet said it, but this is actually coming out in a few days. I've got quite early access to this, which was normally it's like a day before, but let's jump in and see what if there's anything new in here. Normally there's not anything massively new because it gets rolled out over time. This is going to be like the day one stuff. In fact, usually I think there's a bit less. Those tires look super sick, and of course, well, there's going to be some bundles. And honestly, one of the most interesting parts about this is what I said earlier. I think in fact the technically rarest car in the crew has now been added to the shop for you to buy. I really don't know how to feel about that. Of course, I cannot confirm nor deny if it's possible to buy it, but it did say in my document that I get given telling me about the update that this car is now purchasable. This is the rarest car in the game. It was removed, but originally it was a summit car, and I'm a little bit disappointed that they're making it so that everyone can get it. I don't quite think that's the point of these cars. But again, if you disagree with me and think everyone should be able to buy it, let me know down in the comments. But I mean, it's already been done now. So now, of course, next up is to look at the Summit. The Summit, of course, is going to be new. There's going to be some new cars. Welcome to the Summit. We know what the Summit is. So this is the first Summit as we go in. Nothing super special here. Of course, there's going to be some very cool events. Actually give you some motor credit thingy, but you know, the ones you need to progress the motor path. But also the rewards on these are so much better recently. Like they're just better laid out, and I actually am encouraged to do that because it tells me I'm going to win 45 grand or motor coins, or it's a good improvement. So moving on, we've got a Dominion Rivals event. We're going to get legendary half set 2 of 2 boosted. That's pretty cool. And that's actually a really easy thing to get because it's in the silver. We've got the Nitro Chemist boosted. That for drift. Interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And we've got, what is that? SRT8 300 Chrysler. Why did I say that backwards? And of course, that's all we can see. But Frozen Sin. That sounds interesting as well. Probably going to have to check out that Chrysler. I honestly didn't even realize that they've had this many of the new style of seasons. This is not all the updates they had. The chase feels like it was actually pretty not that long ago, but we've had so much content. And just to lay my opinion out there, I have really enjoyed the recent 2, but I think one of my favorites is probably actually the American Legend. At the beginning, I didn't think it was that great, but it definitely improved over time. These 2, and I think the chase was probably one of the most fun gameplay additions. But of course, let me know down in the comments, past that subscribe button, which of the updates has added the most for you. Let's go. So this is a rally event in the Dominion Frozen. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Do you know what? They should have done this for Christmas. This will be a good
now,
Christmas update.
Downhill bend. I'll just say that it's a bit technical.
I mean, that's pretty damn fun. I actually really like how like windy and weird that is. That's pretty cool. But I've got to say, so far, from the things this commentator has been saying, he's saying less and he's explaining some things that are actually quite useful and interesting. This kind of reminds me a little bit of, I think it's one of the Canada maps on the crew. I don't know if anyone else sees that. This thing is so much more slidey than the Viper was. It just wants to slide. What's interesting is more and more recently, I've kind of felt like the crew definitely needs to have some adjustments with its handling model. Like, you need to play with the settings to actually get a car to feel a little bit more you. The game still doesn't quite encourage that, and I wish it did, but I definitely feel more and more you need to get a bit more involved. So jump. And this is probably my favorite part. This section here, this is where I think Drive Club. I couldn't tell you why. I think maybe the road, that section there is probably just very similar. Look at the sliding man machine. He didn't tap a wall. Nothing to be seen here other than pure speed and power. Shh. And he smashed it. Incredible scenes. Cannot believe the pants man shaved 22 seconds off while rubbing every wall that you could possibly imagine. I really do like this section. It's like Spa reverse, but more aggressive, but also dampened by the arcade handling. Whoa. Oh, this track looks good. The location of this is so good. I don't know, man. The placement of the tracks, genuine. I really love that they're changing and modifying this open world over time. That's the type of stuff I want to see from an open world game. And of course, it's the crew to do it, and not everyone's going to do it. Watch it happen. Watch it happen. Now, there's one event left to do that we can do now. Of course, there's many more events to be had, but we don't have them unlocked yet. This one, well, I'm quite excited for, actually. A special edition Celine S7, which, again, normally I would ignore these because all they do is paint them. Maybe add on some body parts that are already available. But clearly, they have changed their damn minds and thought, nah, we're going to make these things look even cooler. Once again, we've got a special wing. The bumper looks maybe a little bit different. The wide body did not exist on this car before. I almost ignored this car.
You'll have 2 turns before the hairpin.
Oh my goodness. All right, this is a hypercar race, and the event that I'm going to be doing is a hypercar race. This may... Balls! This could possibly be the event. I didn't read fully the brief yet. I got too much in my brain, okay? Oh my goodness. Look how clean and white the interior is on this thing. So sick. Anyway, I love the Celine S7, and of course, a wide body version. Why the... How could I not? If I don't win those crew credits for the community, you can all shout at me many times. And then, to be honest with you, I wouldn't blame you because I should be good. I should be look at the tunnels. They've done some cool stuff. I actually saw an article recently. It might have been one of the PlayStation websites, and they were talking about how you really need to jump into the crew if you missed it the first time, because the amount of stuff they've been adding to really change the game and just make it a lot more fun. I'm really curious how the progression kind of plays out now we've got all these new events. Like, it's almost tempting me to start a new account, but at the same time, I don't want to do that because that would be pain, but also pretty cool to see. Oh, mate. This thing's sliding well. It's sliding very well. I always feel like I need even more traction control, but I feel like maybe with less, I wouldn't get a weird snapping that I'm getting. This car doesn't seem to be doing it, but I think the Lancia, no, more so the Viper was having a snapping issue. This thing's a bit more predictable, which is pretty good. I think an obvious route for me to go would be probably, let's go for an all-wheel drive hypercar in my event. It just makes it, I'm off-road, I'm ice, it's slidey, it's snowy. All-wheel drive. 95%. We got this. Almost there. This has not been a bad run. At the beginning, I was a little bit slidey all over the place, but...
Driver. Keep this up, and you'll have the best time.
I'm... Genuinely, the fact that I completed all those 3 events kind of tells you that this was good fun. Of course, there's still a bunch of new cars to check out, some of which will be released later, and some of which will just have to be unlocked. But I definitely wanted to show you... Is this a drift car?
Time you set a record,
No, what? We boost from the front on the DeLorean? That just feels dirty. And of course, I will be back again tomorrow showing you, well, this thing. How awesome is this? I didn't know this car existed, and honestly, I've kind of instantly fallen in love with it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and make sure you check out this update. Until next time, peace.